Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I have the great privilege of being the Chancellor of this wonderful university. On behalf of the university, I wish you all a very warm welcome to this wonderful graduation ceremony this afternoon. This afternoon's ceremony is a culmination of very hard work, intelligence and support, and it's a day of great joy, so please don't hold back. Please ensure that you express your joy as loudly as you wish to in this momentous occasion. And please, for our wonderful graduates, you have thought about this moment in those dark days when you were doing your essays and they were late in, and you thought about this wonderful moment when you come onto this stage, so savour it and don't come across like a Formula One driver. I now declare this assembly for the award of academic distinction to be in session.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, but most importantly, graduands, the UWS class of 2017. My name is Craig Mahoney, and it's my pleasure as Principal and Vice-Chancellor of the University to welcome everybody to today's ceremony. Graduation is a special day in the university calendar, but of course, for you, it's one of the most important days of your lives and the starting point for the next exciting stage in your future journey. Students are the lifeblood of our university, and it's a privilege and an honour for my colleagues and me to share this day with you and your family and friends. This year is a truly historic time for UWS. It's a year when we're celebrating 120 years since our foundation, 25 years since we acquired a university title, and 10 years since we became the University of the West of Scotland. In that time, that year, we also unveiled a new coat of arms. During the same year, we rose to be in the top 3% of universities worldwide. We're now ranked in the top 200 universities under 50 years of age. We're amongst the 50 best teaching universities in the UK. We've established ourselves for a force for good in research in a variety of areas. So for every reason, you should be very proud that this great university you're leaving today has been entrusted by you with the responsibility for you to complete your learning journey. The university's corporate strategy, Dream, Believe, Achieve. My long-term dream has been to help educate the world, and in this role, my colleagues and I can help realise that ambition. The great Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful tool by which you can change the world. Well, UWS is helping change the world by bringing higher education here to Scotland, into London, into parts of Africa, across Southeast Asia, into the Middle East, across parts of continental Europe, and anywhere that our UWS brand can be valued. In aspiring to dream, believe, achieve, you, as individuals, represent the future in which you can make a difference. With your new UWS qualification, you will now shape society and become leaders of the future. The economy and our planet are depending upon you to change and improve the lives of others. Now, with our high-quality modern research and learning spaces across all of our campuses, UWS has established itself as a research leader in many fields. Over the past year, we won the Scottish Enterprise Award for the use of imaging as an alternative to X-rays in the identification of tooth decay and other medically related ailments. We're world leaders in thin film technology. Our dementia research is groundbreaking. Along with Surrey University, we're UK leaders in 5G mobile developments. And one of our researchers has received national media interest for his collaborative work in the discovery of a protein that has antiviral properties with the potential to combat viruses and cancer. Now, in this past year, UWS also hosted a highly successful international higher education conference in teaching and learning. In 2021, we'll also host the second largest sports science conference in the world with over 4,500 delegates coming to the university. To support our academic aspirations, UWS continues to invest in the development of its estate. And early next year, we'll take possession of a new campus in Lanarkshire, which is further evidence of our intentions to create a 21st century learning environment for the whole of the UWS community. Each year, nearly 2.3 million students attend universities across the UK. UWS has more than 17,000 students across our 5 campuses, and nearly 2,000 of those are international students from more than 80 countries. We pride ourselves on putting our students first. UWS is known as an exemplary university at widening access and attracting students from diverse social backgrounds from across the world. I hope in addition to that, some of you took advantage of opportunities to study abroad, participate in volunteering, undertake work placement, get involved in clubs or societies, or participate in representative sport, as these additional experiences are highly valued by employers and add a further dimension to your graduate skills. And can I take this opportunity to thank our academic staff, our deans, and our professional services colleagues, all of whom have worked hard to support you, our wonderful students, to reach this endpoint today. But let me go off script. Today is a special day for you as graduates. And I want to name one particular graduate. Who doesn't know I'm going to name them? Fraser Keegan is sitting in the audience down there. He's going to graduate shortly from Media, Culture and Society. And the reason I mention Fraser, and I've never met you, Fraser, but I know your dad. Because your dad's one of our staff, sitting here on the second row, and probably feeling embarrassed now that he mentioned this to me. Tom Keegan is a member of staff in the School of Business and Enterprise, and very proudly today has one of his sons crossing this stage. That's an important time for him, his family, and of course for the rest of you here who are graduating and your families. Sorry, Fraser, though, it's also your sister's 30th birthday, so she's trumped you there on that one. But staying off script again, I want to refer to a colleague sitting next to me here. Sitting next to me here is Paul Martin, Professor Paul Martin, who is my deputy principal. Paul joined UWS in 2009 and is retiring in March next year. Prior to joining UWS, he was in a range of roles in the NHS, including latterly, before joining us, the Chief Nursing Officer here, which is the most senior nursing role in Scotland. He's going to tell you more about that in a minute. And just to be aware, if anybody here is from Cumnock, you need to be prepared to admit that shortly. Paul was awarded an honorary doctorate from the university in 2007, and shortly after that came to work for the university. In 2012, he was made deputy principal, deputy vice-chancellor in the university, and he's been in that role ever since. Paul is an outstanding authority in the area of health and education. The World Health Organization put him on their expert register as an international health regulations expert. He was recognised in the Queen's Honours List this year, given a Commander of the Most Distinguished Order of the British Empire for services to healthcare and education. We will be very sad to see Paul retire next year, and today I'd like to thank him publicly for all his hard work, commitment and dedication to UWS. And at this point, I now hand over to Paul and ask him to complete the ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Craig. At least in this afternoon's ceremony, I had some warning that this was going to happen. In the morning ceremony, there was no warning, and I get handed effectively this responsibility without notice. And I think that's what bosses can do sometimes, isn't it? Craig touched on, I do want to just check, is there anybody from Cumnock in the audience? There was silence. Is there anybody? Right. Right. Whereabouts? Aye, no, not in here. Whereabouts in Cumnock? That's a typical Cumnock answer. Whereabouts in Cumnock? Right, Where up here? Aye, that's all right. I used to stay in Battle Road, you see. That's all right, right? It's always useful for me to set the context and to know that I'm amongst friends when I tell you about a wee bit about this. Part of the issue here was I, through Craig and others, wanted to, and I'm delighted to have the opportunity to express my views of being a member of staff at the University of the West of Scotland. As Craig said, I joined in 2009. I'm a nurse by background, and people ask why I came to UWS and why I've stayed at UWS for now, but by the time I go it will be 9 years. And I think, and my answer to that is, I think the university is a university with a soul. We have a set of truths The first of which is that we are here for our students. The final truth is that we dare to be different. Both of which come with their challenges, because they're easy to say and difficult to make sure that you get right. But this university, in my view, absolutely believes in its responsibility to its students and recognises that students are part of families and parts of communities. And our 4 campuses in Scotland and our 5th campus in London are embedded in the communities that we are part of. That's not just glib marketing material, that's what we actually believe. If we as a university were not here, then many of our students, still surprisingly, who are first in family to come to university in 2017, first in family, a huge achievement. I'm not belittling that, it's a huge achievement. But it is striking that in 2017 in any country, particularly a developed country like Scotland, there are still families where coming to university feels a wee bit out of their reach. At UWS, we make university education within the reach of many who would not have had the opportunity to do that had we not been here. And in essence, my story that I'm about to tell you, I hope reinforces that message. So I'm first in family to come to university. As Craig touched on, I'm retiring. I would stress that that's early retirement, so that you don't go away with the wrong impression. However, I am coming to what in effect has been my 40th year as a nurse. So I started nursing as a nursing auxiliary in 2017, part-time, in Ballochmyle Hospital. You'll know those from Cumnock would remember Ballochmyle Hospital. So I started as a nursing auxiliary in Ballochmyle Hospital at the age of 17. Coming from Cumnock and being a guy meant that it was quite difficult to go home and say to your dad that you wanted to be a nurse. So there was challenges from the very beginning, not insurmountable challenges, not challenges that were made difficult, but just what life threw at you and being able to create the resilience to cope with that is part of the story. So I then went and did adult nursing, so what's known now as general nursing, in Glasgow Royal Infirmary, and qualified as a staff nurse. I then was one of the first male midwives in Scotland, and I did my midwifery training at Ayrshire Central. And the context of that, just some of what's around at the moment, I did my training, I was the first man. There were no male changing rooms, there were no male toilets. If I wanted to go to the toilet, one of my female colleagues would stand outside the door and protect me in that sense. And then I went on to do public health nursing. Now, 40 years, in my view, in my stage in life, isn't a long time. I appreciate to some of the younger people in the audience it might seem, I used to look at my dad when he was 40 and think he was ancient. So 40 years isn't a long time, but 40 years has, particularly in my profession, been the culmination of significant change that has created opportunities for people in my profession that were not there when I had to make choices even 30 years ago. So you had to either do management or go into education. Now you can become an advanced nurse practitioner or advanced midwifery practitioner, you become a nurse consultant, you can run services from a clinical perspective, and it is absolutely fantastic that these opportunities are there. These opportunities didn't just happen, they happened because of the effort, the challenge, the creativity of many colleagues in Scotland and indeed around the world. They have changed the face of my profession over the last 30 years. And the same could be said about social work, about engineering, about computing, about teaching, about the creative industries. All of these professions create opportunities that are rich for the picking for you, our graduates, today. So I then moved on to become an executive nurse director, one of the youngest in Scotland. I was the first for 10 years of a clinical nurse to move into being a chief executive. Being a nurse is always and will always be, if you like, the kind of stick of rock. It will always be the language that flows through me as an individual. So I used to describe myself as a nurse who was a chief executive, not a chief executive who was a nurse. Subtle difference, but important, because when I played the role of being a chief executive, I carried with me the value system that had been established in me from the age of 17 onwards. I then became the Chief Nursing Officer for Scotland, which is the most senior nurse in the country, and at the same time I was the Director of Human Resources for the NHS in Scotland, a workforce of 130,000 people. And then I came to the university, and as Craig touched on, that's culminated in me achieving an award from the Queen as a Commander of the British Empire. Now, I would remind you that I'm from Cumnock, right? I would remind you, therefore, that I'm not allowed to bum or boast myself up. And that's partly why I'm telling you this story. I am no different from the graduates in this audience today, right? I am no different. Please go away thinking that what I have achieved and my colleagues and many that you look up to from your own profession have achieved, you also can achieve. It's not outside your reach. Will you have to work hard? Aye. But you know that. You know that. Will there be challenges put in your place that you have to overcome? Aye. But you also know that. Will there be people that will recognize your talent and your potential and open the doors for you, as I have had doors open for me and I hope I now open for others? Yes. There will also be people that will do that. And the biggest reward you have in your career is where you see someone fly past you and go, I wish I was as good as them. That's the biggest reward in your career. I want to kind of bring this to a close now. My colleagues are hoping I would do that. Because I want to leave with you some kind of serious messages in terms of what 40 years, if you like, has taught me, and the types of things I would like you to carry with you outside this event today, this celebration today, out into the big world, which, as I say, is full of opportunity and excitement. I think there is now more than ever a need to be culturally aware, to embrace diversity, to connect beyond the boundaries of where you currently are, to be that global citizen that embraces difference, encourages creativity, and respects the beliefs and values of others. This will enrich your life, not constrain it. In Scotland, we pride ourselves in being a tolerant, multicultural society. This richness of experience, of different ways to think about things and approach problems, makes us the country we are today and will become tomorrow. Change is constant. Don't fear it. This means that if we want to grow as individuals, if we want to develop as a society, if we want to be able to make the world a better place, then things, including what we do and how we do them, and the contribution we individually and collectively make, needs to be different. We need to look to the bigger picture. We need to build different solutions, different services, products, markets, and even, yes, different outlooks in life. Change will be one of the constant things in your life. Learn to embrace it with optimism and without fear, and it might just end up being fun. So respect one another, be honest and trustworthy, act with integrity, have some fun, laugh, and cry if you need to, and you won't go far wrong. But most importantly of all, for the sake of generations to come, individually and collectively, please dare to be different. Thank you.
Chancellor, on behalf of the School of Business and Enterprise, I present to you, for the degree of Master of Business Administration, Abdul Malik Alan Zulnikman. And for the degree of Bachelor of Accounting with distinction, Valerie Margaret McIntosh. And for the degree of Bachelor of Accounting, Margaret Ann McCarg. Jolene Davina Steele. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts Business, Jill Elspeth Mary Barber. Katrina Green. And finally, Natalie McCutcheon.
Chancellor, on behalf of the School of Education, I present to you for the degree of Master of Education Artist Teacher with distinction, Josephine Ann Mary Camilleri. And for the degree of Master of Education, Enhanced Educational Practice, Angela Frances Curley. And for the Postgraduate Diploma in Inclusive Education, Susan Elizabeth Archibald. And for the Postgraduate Certificate in Coaching and Mentoring, Isabel Margaret Hamilton. James Moore. Jane Williamina Rowe. And for the Postgraduate Certificate in Primary Physical Education, Emma Audrey Drummond. And for the Postgraduate Professional Graduate Diploma in Education Primary, Emma Hodge. Amanda Kerr. Leslie Alexandra McBride. Donna Alexandra Russell. And for the Professional Graduate Diploma in Education Secondary, Amy Allison Cooper. Rebecca Dempsey. Sheila Irene Moody. And for the Graduate Diploma in Childhood Practice, Beth Coulter Madden. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Childhood Studies with Honours, Emma Louise Fergus. Nicole May Haney. Bethany Martha Walton. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts Education with Honours, Nicole Bowie. Hannah Jane Corr. Chloe Davidson. Sarah Hughes. Carly Rebecca Johnston. Rianne Jones. Rebecca Ashley Lochhead. Heather MacLeod. Emma Louise Mushet. Claire Elizabeth Nellis. Corinne Penrice. Emma Danielle Pollock. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Childhood Practice with Distinction and winner of the Court Medal, Lynn Elizabeth Maloney. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Childhood Practice with Distinction, Julie Margaret Toner. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Childhood Practice, Leanne Rose Bruce. Frances Ann Donnelly. Nicola Eckersley. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Childhood Studies with Distinction, the following students: Lindsay Cowan. Mandy Edith McGowan. Christopher Nimbley. Alison Ramsey. Tennille Riley. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Childhood Studies, Lisa Blakely. Rianne Brownlow. Stavrula Kalaitsi. Gabrielle Kennedy Miller. Colette Parker. Rosie Beth Robertson. Natalie Ronald. Alex Scott. Angela May Agnes Teep. And finally, for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Educational Studies, Laura Ann Fairbairn.
Chancellor, on behalf of the School of Media, Culture and Society, I present to you for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with a thesis entitled #Van 2010, an ethnographic study of alternative media communities during the Vancouver 2010 Winter Olympic Games, Jennifer Mackenzie Jones. And for the degree of Master of Arts, Broadcast Journalism, Kirsty Ferick. Anis Adnan Khalil Hassan. Christopher George Houston. Stephen Ian Swan. And for the degree of Master of Arts, Creative Media Practice, Devi Anna Chacon Cones. David Forrest. Robert Paul Gemmell. Emma Erica Carlson. Andrew Moore. And for the degree of Master of Arts, Music, Industries, Liam Young. And for the Postgraduate Diploma in Broadcast Journalism, Lydia Heather Mudari. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Broadcast Production, TV and Radio with honours, Christopher Ross Bannerman. Sam Ross. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Commercial Music with honours, Morgan Liberty Summers Cunningham. Leigh Graven. Rebecca Alice Turner. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Digital Art and Design with honours, Jennifer Gibson. Sarah Kermark. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Filmmaking and Screenwriting with honours, Cameron Neil MacArthur. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Journalism with honours, Lynn Elizabeth Baird. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Musical Theatre with honours, and winner of the Court Medal, Rory Bernard Anthony Melly. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Musical Theatre with honours, Sarah Elizabeth McKnight. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Technical Theatre and Production with honours, Bradley Peter Smith. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Broadcast Production, Bethany King Anderson. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Broadcast Production, TV and Radio, Louise Grace Beatrice Bell. Amy Louise Cuthbertson. Caitlin Dickey. Tony Leigh Ferguson. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Commercial Music with Distinction, and winner of the Court Medal, Valerio Tonenel. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Commercial Music with Distinction, the following students: Elena Palotta. Fraser Stone. Lena Hetta Turtonen. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Commercial Music, Michelle Buanamwiko. Ian Campbell. David Krabu. Carlo De Pinta. Connor Alexander Grant. Fraser James Keegan. Giacomo Latrofa. Anya Elena Lynn. Michael McCallum. Lorne Milligan. Luca Occhionegro. Courtney Jane O'Neill. Siri Veronica Sheung Zemenkar. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Digital Art with Distinction, Victoria Slider. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Digital Art and Design with Distinction, and winner of the Court Medal, Samantha Jane Hendry. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Digital Art and Design, Neil Hunter Archibald Gray. Rebecca McClintock. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Filmmaking and Screenwriting, Benjamin Faraguna. Erin Stevenson. Robin Margaret Watt. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Journalism, Corinne Barr Hall. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Performance, Hayley Rose Gormley. And finally, Zofia Sokolovic.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the university, can I be the first to congratulate our graduates, and I hope that you enjoy seeing your wonderful daughters, sons, wives and relatives here today. But I think you'll agree that your family have clapped long and hard for all of you, and you'll remember those lonely nights when the essays were late and someone makes you a cup of tea or does the dishes or gives you a loan of money when times are hard. And those people who love and support you will continue to love and support you all of your life in your career, in its ups and in its downs. And I think it would be appropriate for you to get to your feet, make sure you can see them and make sure they can hear you express your love and your thanks for all the support that they've given you for this wonderful day today. And likewise, I'm sure you'll be the first to accept that you had a little bit of help from some other people to achieve your wonderful achievements here today. And these people are the people who you see here on this stage, and indeed in the first few rows here, who have guided you and advised you, and who I can assure you, you will remember for years and years to come. When you're lost for inspiration, you will think back to something said at one point, at one moment in time, by these people, and it will chime with you, and you'll be very grateful that you knew them. So could you express your thanks to each and every one of them? And now, ladies and gentlemen, I declare this assembly closed, but in closing, can I invite everyone here to join us following the procession into the Walker Hall in this building. Thank you very much indeed.